Switch 2 is around the corner, supposedly. So let's celebrate the legacy of Switch and look back at its catalog. Here are top 10 games on Nintendo Switch so far. This is my personal list, and these are the games that were either simply amazing or games that have left a big imprint on me years after finishing it. I'll be honest, it's a pretty weird list, but that's what makes it personal. I won't be going in depth with these games as I do not want to spoil the games in any way. Let's go. Number 10. Assassin's Creed The Rebel Collection. Two great games in one package, including one of the best Assassin's Creed game of all time, AC4 Black Flag. It runs great and plays great. What more can I say? Why is this on the list? Well, I was doing an Assassin's Creed marathon on my PlayStation starting with AC2. After 4 games in a row, I kinda got sick of playing it sitting on a couch. I wanted to get off the couch, and the Switch version was the perfect game at the perfect time, letting me move about and grind the game, finding all the collectibles and such. I didn't bother 100%ing previous games because it wore me out, but it's a bit easier with the Switch version. Playing in short bursts at times helped a lot. Number 9. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. A game that needs no introduction, epic tale with the freedom to do whatever you please. This game branded Switch as a portable Xbox 360. There are other games in this genre that have come out, but it doesn't come near Skyrim with its freedom and, more importantly, how well it runs on Switch. Number 8. Paper Mario: The Origami King. My first ever Mario RPG. I'm aware this is a weak entry in the series, and Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, the best game from the series, is coming to Switch this year, but I'm still putting this game in the list because it was the first Mario game to really move me. There are several moments in the game that made me tear up. I laughed about it back then, and I still chuckle a bit thinking about the fact that I cried at a Mario game, but that moment I had with the game was incredibly thought-provoking. The combat is weak and gets old really quick. I wanted to quit the game because of it, but the story just grabbed the rest of the game by its collar and dragged it to the end. The story is also not perfect, but it's quite decent. The impression left on me all these years ago has still stayed with me. Number 7. Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. If this was a list for the best action RPG, this would be number 1. Don't be fooled by its number, as it can be enjoyed as a standalone game. If you can overcome the PS2 level graphics, the amazing story, music, and combat will hook you right in. Combat and movement is so flashy, responsive, and fun. It can even make grinding not feel like a chore. There were moments I cringed at the graphics and small translation errors, but overall it's an absolute must-play game. Number 6. Mario + Rabbids Kingdom Battle. An excellent first entry to a series that came out during Switch Game Drought of 2017. This was the perfect gap filler between Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. My first ever experience into XCOM style gameplay. It simplified the complex system of XCOM into a basic yet fun experience with memorable Rabbids characters that brought a type of humor not present in Mario franchise. Its sequel has been disappointing, with it abandoning the grid system and implementing a more open world level design, which unintentionally makes the first game shine ever brighter. It's the best example of less is more. Number 5. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This is peak 2D Mario. Other 2D Mario games on Switch are fun in its own merits, but Super Mario Bros. Wonder throws away the traditions and creates a magical experience you won't forget. Badges to add unique abilities, online play that fills the lonely void of playing a single player game by yourself whilst not being disruptive, and the amazing new art style that mimics the older art style of Mario from the past. It is a guaranteed fun. Number 4. Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition. There are several moments in my gaming life that has drastically changed who I was as a gamer. This is one of those games. This was my first JRPG I ever finished, and boy oh boy, it was a banger. It destroyed my perception that turn-based RPG was boring by having excellent music, story, and characters. Just like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest games are standalone titles, and this is the best game to start if you're a newcomer. Number 3. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Which game do you think of when you hear greatest RPG of all time? To me, this has to be in top 5. A remake of the original from Wii, this epic tale brings you into a fascinating world of Xenoblade. It's not just a fantasy game, it's so much more than that. I started the series with Xenoblade 2, then 1, then 3. And frankly, the first title is the best, with perfect length, gameplay that doesn't overcomplicate things, and customization which is removed from the second and brought back in third in a limited capacity. The combat feels less polished compared to the sequels, and yet it feels more fun, giving you more options and a sensation of full control of the combat. Number 2. Super Mario Odyssey. What started as an amazing experience has now turned into a comfort game. Something I play when I just need to chill and relax. The tight controls and beautiful settings have worn on me over the last 7 years, but it's still a joy to play this game. There is a newer 3D Mario game, but the movement alone cannot be beaten. Number 1. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you're a gamer, this is a must play. A launch title of the Switch, the game revolutionized what open world really means. Every place you visit, every choice you make is a puzzle and a journey. Tears of the Kingdom improves upon this great game, but it has too much going for it, and it failed on controlling the playtime. It's one of the few games that drags on forever. This can be great for players who want to deep dive into the world of Hyrule, but for me, it overstayed its welcome. Breath of the Wild has more direct and simple combat with less reliance on crafting, which can be a bit too much in Tears of the Kingdom since its control and UI haven't been modified too much to make it more user-friendly. Breath of the Wild is the perfect game to represent Switch, and it's an experience to be had. Those are my top 10 picks. Do you agree with the list? Leave a comment down below if you disagree or if you have any games you want to recommend. That's it for now. Bye.